All right, guys, and for the last challenge of the week, you guys are going to create something using conditional formatting. So conditional formatting is something that sounds confusing, but really it's just formatting your visual, so the color or the size, based on a condition. So here you can see the condition is that if my value is above the target of 250,000, color it purple and make it a little bit bigger. And we can get some really cool visuals this way. So here's another example using conditional formatting. So we can see all of our values for sum of sales above this value. Or something we might work on next week is being able to add icons for that condition. So if you want to get right into this, we're going to duplicate the line chart that you already have. So right click, duplicate, and then we're going to rename this to conditional formatting. Now, it's really simple. It's not hard to do. So to start, we're going to need to use something called a parameter. We haven't used parameters yet, and to create one, it's really easy. In the top right here on the left, there's two buttons, create calculated field, which we have used to create our donut chart, and then create parameter. You can also right click down here in the bottom in the white space, and you can create a parameter. So you can see I already have one as the example, but I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a parameter. It's going to open up this window and we're just going to call our parameter target. I'm going to change it to an integer and I'm going to make the current value 250,000 and then click OK. We can also change the display format to be a currency and then display units in hundreds of thousands with no decimal places. All right, now it's kind of matching the display of our chart. So click OK. Now, how do I get it to show in the top right? How do I get it so that the user can interact with it? Simple, right click, show parameter. And now I can type in a value and make this 300,000 if I want. And now it's 300K. Okay, so we'll just put this back to 250,000 for now. Now, in order to actually make the conditional formatting, we have to write a calculated field that checks if the value of sum of sales is above that variable of target. So in order to do that, we're going to do a new calculated field and then type in the name of this is going to be whether or not it met the target. And then we have a very simple calculation here. If the sum of sales, okay, as you start typing, it will appear, is greater than, okay, our target, and I can just hit tab here, that's the variable we just made, the parameter, then above, so it's going to output this string, else below, end. You need the end, otherwise it won't say the calculation is valid. Then we can click OK, and you can see that it populated that calculated field right here. If you ever need to get back in there, you can right click, edit, and you're right back into that calculated field expression. This is the exact same thing as DAX, okay? And parameters are the exact same thing as parameters in Power BI, which we never actually talked about, okay? So what we can do now that we're checking this and outputting above or below is click and drag that blue pill onto, make sure you're on your marks card for this sum of sales, drag it onto color. Now it's going to change to blue and orange because that's the default color scheme, but we can change these back to our purple. So you can see here right away, anything in the above class is being classified as blue, and anything in the below class is classified as orange. To edit the colors, I just click this little drop-down arrow, edit colors, and then I can click the class I want, make it purple, and then the below class, because I don't really want to highlight those, I'm going to make them gray. But you could maybe make them red or pink or something else along the color scheme. We'll click apply, make sure that the changes are working, and then click OK. Now, this isn't enough for me. I'd actually really like to make the size also be conditional. So I can drag the same blue pill onto size, and oh, look at that. It's actually made the lower numbers larger. Well, we can change this too, going over to this little card on the right-hand side, clicking Edit Sizes, and then just reverse and click apply. Now, this is too big. I can adjust this and make the range a little bit less sensitive. And now it's not as obvious, but it's just something enough to suggest that those points are more important to focus on. So that's it. That's really as easy as conditional formatting is. You can do anything you can imagine. There's some really cool options that we're going to look at in week 7. You can also drag this onto the labels, and instead of outputting above or below, you can output the value of that label. But yeah, that's exactly how you do conditional formatting. And then you can bring this chart and this text box for the target into your final dashboard.